everybody, and welcome to this week's video. I'm here with Emily, who, as you all know, is the PYP Coordinator at our school. But also a lot of you may not know that she's somewhat of an expert on literacy, and she's actually asked by schools around the world to go and help develop their literacy programmes. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and then morning meetings. But we're going to start with the literacy. So Emily, would you talk a little bit about how it is that you've developed this expertise on literacy, why other schools are looking for you for guidance, and what you actually do in our school?
Yes. I have experience with literacy and passion with literacy that I've explored through my teaching career and through my leadership career in the past many years. And I've had the opportunity to work in many schools that have multilingual students, learners, and teachers. And so as part of my master's degree at Columbia in the United States, I was able to further develop that expertise. And now I'm part of an organization as a literacy strategist, is what we call ourselves, where schools are able to work with members of our team to go to the school, analyze where they're at, and then make a strategic plan to help them that is tailored to the needs of their international learners. So I have the opportunity to be able to do that and help guide their literacy practices, whether it be reading, phonics, writing, and then I'm able to use that knowledge and expertise here at our school as well.
And just to explain to me, first of all, that was developed initially with Lucy Culkin, wasn't it? That you worked during your masters after as well?
Yes, I was able to work with her during my masters, and then with a lot of other professors that are experts in the multilingualism field, which was great. And then partnered with her organization in New York City for a bit.
Lucy Culkin, for anyone who doesn't know, is really she was at one point probably the lead on literacy in the world, certainly for a period of time. So, I mean, they're really talking about people really who are absolutely at the top in terms of understanding how literacy is developed. And explain to people as well what it is about literacy that you bring and why people look for that approach.
Yes. One thing that's interesting thinking about Lucy and all of the research in the past is that now all of the research on the science of reading has come out in the past 20 years that have developed in how we think about how students learn to read, and we know that it's not something that we're just born with. We have to teach it explicitly. So all of the brain science has taught us that we need to teach phonics explicitly, we need to teach reading and writing explicitly, and how we can do that in a way that supports learners of all ages. So that's something that we have been working on here at our school. Thinking about integrating within our units of inquiry is another big key piece, is that building background knowledge and vocabulary are two of the strongest pieces in literacy that we can really emphasize to build readers up from any level.
So just explain to people what that looks like and how it might be different from, say, the learning that they might have come across in schools in past times.
Yeah. Well, we teach explicit phonics, which might be different in terms of how other people have learned to read, where we're connecting the letters and the sounds with the written word so that it's being mapped into our brains and helping readers. And then in terms of writing, we're thinking about the whole writing process, so transcription skills as well as craft skills. So within a lesson, we are usually connecting it to our unit of inquiry. So right now we're all doing narrative writing and reading. So we might be reading, say in grade 4, they're analyzing some character struggles in a reading lesson. So they're doing a read aloud lesson together as a group. And then in writing, they're writing their own personal narratives, and the teacher is modeling a shared writing piece and trying to portray struggles through dialogue, through inner thinking, and all of those skills are being modeled and written together with the teacher, and then students are being able to practice it as well.
Excellent. So that gives you a sense of literacy, and also why we're very lucky that we have Emily who has all that experience, and it's not just our school but other schools ask her to come out, guide them on literacy, help them develop the kind of programs that really allow students to develop both their skills but also conceptualise how they think about literacy, which is really important. Okay, so that was literacy. We also want to say a little bit about morning meetings and the fact that we've been having them. Tell us a little bit about morning meetings, what they are, what's been happening in them.
Yes, morning meeting is an approach that we have that's connected to our social emotional learning, our restorative practices in primary, and it's the first 30 minutes of our day from EC all the way up to grade 5. And it's a time for us to build community, to allow students to have that sense of belonging and safety, and also to be able to practice social skills and academic skills in a very safe setting. So we typically start with a greeting where every child hears their name in different ways we're greeting each other. We then do a share that could be social, it could be academic. We then move into an activity which allows students to work on collaboration, problem solving, and just have a sense of joy. And then there's always a message that the teacher writes to students that they read when they walk in, and it helps to segue into the rest of the school day.
Great, so there you are. So there you have a sense of morning meetings, what's been happening. It's nice to see so many parents coming. We've had a lot of parents in all the classes to see it and understand it. And also about our literacy programme and how lucky we are, as I said, to have Emily here, who really does have a level of expertise in literacy that's very special. So thank you everybody, and I look forward to speaking to you next week.